2021, another exceptional year in our lives. A year that brought us down to an all-time low countering the second wave of COVID, and the same year that restored a certain amount of post-pandemic normalcy in our lives, while the battle still goes on. Yet again, we had cinema supporting us in this battle, bringing splashes of warmth, joy and varied emotions across the year. And here's our first year-end video looking back at those moments of happiness on screen that kept us going. In this video, we discuss the best performances in Indian films of 2021, screened on theatres, OTT or film festivals. So sit back and enjoy our list and let us know how much do you agree to our rankings. At number 10 on our list, we have Sanya Malhotra for a performance in Paglat, playing a widow who wouldn't cry. The Dangal girl has impressed all through from her debut, and in Paglat, the spectrum of emotions that this young talent from the Hindi film industry portrays promises a lot in the coming future. From indifference to anger to disappointment to a final acceptance, Sanya captures an entire range of anguish on screen, making her Sandhya relatable to so many of us. Paglat was an interesting premise with an above-average execution, but it is Sanya who makes the watch worthwhile, rising above the script. At number 9, we have a tie between two supporting actors of two real-life stories who turn their real performances to as real as it can be. Lijo Mol Jose as Sangini in Jai Bhim is brilliant, giving a soul-stirring performance as the oppressed tribal wife seeking justice for her husband. From her shouts for help, unspoken protests or volatile dialogue deliveries, Sangini steals the show in Jai Bhim, one of the most relevant films of the year. And so does Shine Tom Chako and Kurup, playing Pillai, the infamous brother-in-law of Sukumara Kurup. As we mentioned in our analysis, which by the way you can still find in our channel, Dulquer as Kurup is not even near to the devil incarnation that Shine Chako brings out as Pillai. You feel suffocated whenever he's on screen, with a constant discomfort that something evil will happen very soon. Lijo Mol Jose and Shine Tom Chako both give perfect demonstrations of how supporting actors can elevate an entire film even with limited screen presence. With so many top performances, we have another tie at number 8. A tie between two raw talents of Bollywood who have made their marks so distinctly in the industry in the last few years. Vicky Kaushal as Sardar Udham Singh is brilliant, giving life to one of the most difficult performances of the year. The innocence of the young Udham, the numbness of his aged self is portrayed so beautifully in this award-worthy performance, and of course Udham's transition sequence set in the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, where Vicky presents us with the sequence of the year for Indian cinema. An equally difficult role is brilliantly performed by Vikrant Massey in Haseen Dilruba as Rishu, the loving naive husband who turns into the sadist abuser. To keep up with the arc of the character in this pulp story of love, betrayal and murder was a major challenge, and Vikrant not only pulls that off but also brings in such empathy to the character that the overall film elevates in spite of some serious flaws. Two genuine actors at number 8 who are now enjoying their well-deserved stardom. At number 7, we have Nimisha Sajayan, the breakthrough performer of the year. Nimisha had stunned us in Chola 2 years back and has always been impressive in each of her performances. But it is this year where she establishes herself to be one of the faces of Malayalam cinema with 3 back-to-back amazing works in 3 best films of the year. Early in the year, Nimisha in Great Indian Kitchen gave voice to thousands of women in our country facing patriarchy and deceptive abuse all through in life. She matches steps with Fahadh Fasil in Malik, and we wish we had more arc to her Rosaline in the film. And in Nayat, as Sunitha, one of the police trio being hunted, Nimisha is such raw, relentless and relatable. So it's not only Malayalam cinema, 2021 makes Nimisha Sajayan to be one of the finest female actors of the country now, and we only wish she avoids irrelevant outings as in one in future. Well, you cannot keep this man out of a top 10 acting list, can you? At number 6, we have Fahadh Faasil, one of our personal favorites. With 4 releases in the year, playing characters of unique facets, Fahadh had another great year in 2021. It's his subtle act as the passive-aggressive Joji that we love the most, as he brings out one of the most unique Macbeth characterizations of all time. For more on that, do check out our review of Joji, which we dare say has been appreciated by some film students and critics too. As in another Fahadh performance, Joji's eyes speak volumes as Fahadh delivers gold yet again with this amazing physical performance. It's the magic of the same eyes and same body language that you also witness in Malik, where Fahadh as the aged patriarch Suleiman steals the show. The final face-off inside prison in Malik is a scene that establishes the level of Fahadh Faasil, the actor yet again, as we continue to celebrate him as one of the finest actors of our times. By the way, Fahadh is the only actor who continues to be in our top 10 performance list from last year. At number 5, we have Raj B. Shetty, the actor-director of the Kannada sensational hit Garuda Gabana Rishabha Vahana. Raj is phenomenal as Shiva, as we say in our analysis video too, the heart and soul of the amazingly original gangster saga. The indifferent attitude, the impulsive outbursts, the innocence oozing out of his violent reality, all makes Shiva a case of psychoanalytic character study that Raj effortlessly brings onto the screen. The swag feels all natural, and then of course there's the tiger dance scene, which we consider to be the scene of the year for Indian cinema. And if the swag of Shiva wasn't enough for you, at number 4 you have Allu Arjun as Pushpa in a performance that's swag all the way. Pushpa is a flawed film, which doesn't do justice enough to its premise, an almost 3-hour-long film mostly prepping you for the next installment, and yet it is Allu Arjun as the mighty Pushparaj who keeps you engaged with his actions and antics. You see, it might look apparently easy, but playing a mass hero is an extremely challenging task. It is kind of a mixed martial arts show that these films demand out of the hero, and Allu Arjun delivers just that. Look at him dancing all alone in the Srivalli song, look at his casual nature of delivery in the action set pieces, and look at the energy in the final face-off with Fahadh. The Telugu star outshines himself in the best mass hero performance of the year. And now for the best 3 performances of the year. At number 3 we have Kapil Dev. Well, yes, that's whom you see and feel when you watch 83. Ranveer Singh, whom we find mentioned in the credits, is nowhere to be seen in this outstanding method acting performance. The posture, the accent, the looks, and the bowling action. Ranveer's Kapil feels so authentic that it's difficult to take eyes off him when he's sharing screen. The script, the compositions do not focus on Kapil. Ranveer doesn't try to steal thunder from others, and the writing provides each character with enough meat. And that's the beauty of this performance. It stands out as Ranveer stands behind others in so many sequences, establishing the team player that Kapil Dev has always been. At number 2, we have one of the most underrated actors of the country, Suraj Venjaramudu, for his performances in Kanakade and The Great Indian Kitchen. Suraj is someone who always lacks attention from the media behind someone like a Fahadh, Dulquer, Prithviraj or Nivin Pauly in the Malayalam industry. But boy, some actor he is. He is sensational in Kanakade, playing the desperate father trying to dig out the truth behind his daughter's death. A performance completely standing on subtle body language, piercing looks, and the limited but powerful dialogue delivery. Only an actor of extreme high caliber could have pulled through the duality of this character, whom you fear and empathize with at the same time. In The Great Indian Kitchen, he is the person we loathe as his cold-blooded ferocity keeps on growing in proportion. The performance could have been caricaturish in hands of a lesser actor, but the way Suraj delivers it makes the horror of the story such raw and relatable. Looks can be deceptive. Both these performances establish for us, the audience, and what can be more satisfying when it's the same actor nailing such varied characterizations on either ends of the spectrum of muted violence. Before going to the top performance of the year according to us, we have a special mention like always. Adarsh Gaurav as Balram in The White Tiger gives one of the finest performances of the year that also won him a BAFTA nomination. Ramin Bhrani's The White Tiger isn't technically an Indian film like the others mentioned in the list, and hence we put Akash outside the main rankings. but it's a performance as good as any that establishes the young talent as someone to watch out for. And now, it's time to reveal the top performance of the year. We have Konkana Sen Sharma from Gili Pucci, one of the segments from the Netflix anthology Ajeeb Dastan. Konkana as Bharti Mandal is perhaps the most complex performance of the year. A queer Dalit factory worker to start with, and then Neeraj Ghaiwan's intricate plot and screenplay adds only layers of intricacies on Bharti. And Konkana carries all that off, that too in the limited runtime of a short film. The same eyes which exude tender love few scenes back discharge fever of a wounded instinct moments later. The mammoth ambition of addressing queer politics and caste politics at the same time in a same short film hits home, thanks to Konkana in this unreal performance, one of the finest actors of the country delivering one of the finest performances of the year. Take a bow, Konkana, you make us proud. Well, this was our list of top 10 performances of the year. Do you agree with our list? Which performances do you think we missed? Do post your lists in the comment section. Also stay tuned for our list of Best Indian and International 2021 movies coming out soon. And last but not the least, don't forget to subscribe to Filmkopath.